I've kind of programmed myself to do this thing where I want to make every person who comes up have their own moment. So I literally do close and reset. So it's not like holding a court with everyone. It's like focusing on that one person. And then when they leave, I literally like reset, restart energy, and start anew with the next one.
What's good, Humble fam? How about y'all come on in and let's have another visit here on the Humble Show. I'm Grant Fletcher, being joined by my co-host Brandon Cox, and our two special guests this week, Leah Clark, Miss OoLaLa, Cosplay as well. Leah Clark, known for her work in the anime world, and also ADR directing, ADR script writing, etc. Miss OoLaLa making the rounds pretty much all over the place as a cosplay personality and an on-air personality as well. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Thanks.
It's good to be here.
Moonbeam is out this week. She's I think she's headed to Coast Con, so
she is
to represent the humble enterprise fam, and yeah, you know it's hard life when you're on the go and you're always moving. Leah, Miss OoLaLa, y'all know about that, right?
Yes. I love Coast Con, by the way. It's a great con.
I've never been.
You know about Coast Con?
Tell me about it.
That was the one I was supposed to be doing this weekend, but
But then you decided not to.
No, I just can't. Like I have so much work and bad day.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm also going to a show called
East Coastal.
Coastal.
Yeah,
okay, I got so confused.
Like that.
Moonbeam's gonna be at Coastal? That's cool. Okay, so you're just coastal and mine is coastal.
So what's coastal then? Do you know what
it is in North Carolina.
Okay, come on and raise up. No.
What?
Am I the only one that got the reference? Oh, no.
Wait, what was that?
I said, come on and raise up. Petey Pablo, everybody.
Oh.
I was actually thinking about Petey Pablo like earlier today or yesterday, but wow, yeah, no.
I mean, I'm always thinking about Petey Pablo. Are you kidding?
I'm just always,
singing.
you know, so
Yeah.
it's not my fault.
Look, maybe I just remember the late 90s, early 2000s better than everybody, and that's
Probably.
I
think so, yeah.
90s and 2000s, and I don't know that name. I'm really bad with names, though.
That was so. It's okay because that was his only song. You know what I mean?
How
It's
did
not
you know?
like he had like hit after hit. It's just like if you went to a hockey game, they were playing "Raise Up," and that was about it. I don't know how many hockey games you went to in that period of time, but
What genre?
it was rap. It was a rap song. North Carolina, come on and raise up. You know. All right.
Raise
Anyway,
up.
we'll just YouTube it after the fact.
We'll settle. Yeah.
Oh, and now you can put like a little insert in, like raise up.
Yeah. We'll do like an overlay so everyone can see it, and then we'll get like some kind of copyright strike, I'm sure, but that's okay.
Well,
It's a homework
here's the
assignment.
thing.
It's a homework assignment. Yeah. What's up, Brandon?
I'm sure that Petey Pablo needs the money.
Probably does. Look, y'all, do me a favor. Everybody listening to this, just go stream Raise Up one time by Petey Pablo. Put a little bit extra change in his pocket. I'm sure he needs it. I'm sure it would make his day if you did that.
His name is Petey Pablo.
Yeah. Why wouldn't it be Petey Pablo?
Why would you name yourself Petey Pablo?
No, Petey, not Pity.
Petey.
Yeah.
That's different. Okay.
Wait, like a little guy named Pete, I guess, is what that's what that invokes to me. Like a small guy named Pete. Yeah.
He's a shrunken Peter.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Mini Peter.
That just
Y'all
sounds
pray for him. Pray for him. Thoughts and prayers.
This whole thing is going off the rails immediately.
I'm so sorry.
It's my fault. I did it. I was the one that brought it up. So.
Anytime me and Leah are involved, everything gets derailed. So just
good.
Just the fun.
This is
That's
one out of who knows how many times it'll happen.
We
This
ourselves,
with chaos.
Brandon and I, we just got back from Pensacon. Miss OoLaLa, were you out there as well this week? I think
I was not.
Okay.
At Pensacon.
I didn't know. It was hard to tell. Like there were a lot of people that we knew out there that we missed because that thing is like sprawling and massive and just it's like organized. It's like contained chaos. You know what I mean? Which I thought was kind of a cool environment, but not like anything I had experienced before. Right.
So many people that we talked to were just like, "Oh man, it's not the same as it used to be." Meanwhile, you look upon the horizon and there are people walking on top of people.
Yeah,
just like yeah, it's I mean, they used to battle to get in, and I just miss that. I miss the horrific crowds and the bloodshed.
Yeah.
If only it was the way it used to be.
If only, right? If only. Leah, have you done Pensacon? I'm sure you've done Pensacon before.
I don't think so. Is that in Pensacola?
It is in Pensacola,
yes.
which
okay.
is a nice town. You know, you
I
can
may
take
have.
in the
It sounds
sights. See the Blue Angels, perhaps. Yeah, I do like Pensacola a lot.
I never saw Blue Angels.
I never saw the Blue Angels. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're like the thing out there. You know what I mean?
What are they?
Yeah,
They are like military, like Air Force stunt pilots.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, they like fly their plane. They do like air shows and whatnot, and they're out there. Sometimes if you're in the Pensacola, like they do air shows out there, but sometimes if you're in the area, you can catch them just like practicing, just out and about flying around. So you see these blue planes out there. So
that sounds really familiar. So I bet I have.
It does happen. You probably like someone's mentioned it to you at some point in time. I think you have to be over a certain age or below a certain age to be really into it.
Yeah, like
yeah.
My biological father was a stunt pilot before I was born, so let me tell you, I heard a whole lot about the Blue Angels, and let me tell you, there was never any age where I gave a crap. I'll be honest. He's like, "Oh, they're pulling these sorts of G's. No, like their blood vessels must be popping because of the speed." And the G's are like, "Man, can we go back to watching Bananas in Pajamas? I'm 4 years old."
I'm just miserably 4 years old over here. Look, it's all good.
Yeah.
We've been talking the last couple of weeks, y'all, about just like, because we have Louisiana Comic Con coming up, which both of you will be guests at, it's going to be a lot of fun. And we'll be on the main stage at noon on Saturday, by the way, just so everybody's clear. We did put out the schedule for all the panels. We'll get into that a little bit more. But so yeah, come see us, the three of us up there. It's going to be dope. But we've been talking about like things that get you through like convention weekend, And so our question, yeah. So there you go. So our question is like, what is like, if it weren't for X, I would not survive a con weekend.
So in the last episode, I don't even think I got to answer, which is great because you already know my answer though.
What's your answer?
Vicks Vapor Rub.
Vicks Vapor Rub.
Does everybody know?
Chest, put some on your nose and
yes, you know the situation. Yes,
clears you. It makes you feel fresh.
Well, and also it masks any sort of other. I'm not trying to make fun of our fellow con goers, but it masks any form of scent that you.
It's not their fault. It's sweaty in there. They can't compensate for the amount of bodies. Yeah. The AC might not be working.
I was gonna say
you are far more forgiving than I am.
We've touched on this before. I mean, that is a trope of like the cons. I can say it's never been a big issue with me and what I do and what I've experienced. But it's a long day, right? If you're there from open to start, I mean, eventually you're just not as fresh as you were when you walked in. I gotta put like a little. Here's a pro tip, everybody. Halfway through the day, because I'm usually wearing a jacket. I put a little spritz of cologne in my hair, right? Because your hair
in your hair?
Because your hair holds the fragrance really well, and it lasts longer. And so you're smelling like fresh after a while. So a little spritz of cologne or perfume in the hair, about halfway through the day, will carry you a long way.
I have
a wig.
Yeah. A wig will work just fine. You can put it on your clothes. So you just gotta be sure it's not gonna. Yeah, you gotta be sure it's not gonna stain whatever clothes you have on, but you could put it on like something dark colored or whatever. Yeah, it works.
That is a fascinating fact. I'm gonna hold on to that one.
I'm letting you know, Leah. What's a thing that like you have to have? What's your or a ritual you have to do? Maybe perhaps.
Oh man. Well, gosh, I have to have a lot of water. Um,
Yeah.
because I talk a lot the
Mhm.
whole time, talking to people and stuff. So keeping the water around is important. I also need to take my ADHD medicine because I will just listen. I'm being real. Like I'll get
Good.
overstimulated, and
Mm.
my thoughts and mind will go everywhere, and
Mhm.
I will start listening to this person, or whilst I'm talking to this person, and then while I'm listening to this person, on accident, I'm responding to them, but
Oh,
to
yeah.
this person.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
that
Yes.
happens if I don't, do as the doctor ordered. But yeah, other than that, and keeps me from getting overstimulated and stuff. This is probably TMI.
No,
Like,
not at all. Look,
we can scratch it and be like fruit.
I'll do some
I eat a lot.
TMI
you know what? I
too,
eat all
so
my
you
fruits
won't
and
feel
vegetables.
sad.
I gotta, yeah. Well, no,
Here's
that's
the
good
thing.
because, like, do you find that ever when you have something like that happen, because you're in the scenario opposite of me. You're at a table and you're having like the one-on-one interactions with everybody that they show up
Yes.
for. You find it ends up becoming like less of like a one-on-one interaction. You're just holding court with everybody that's like around you.
Just a little bit of
Actually,
main justice.
no, because I've kind of programmed myself to do this thing where I want to make every person who comes up have their own moment. So I literally do close and reset. So it's not like holding a court with everyone. It's like focusing on that one person. And then when they leave, I literally like reset, restart energy, and start anew with the next one. So yeah, it's very one-on-one.
That is amazing.
Yeah, that's
I,
awesome.
I,
That's what I was
I
going to say
could never
too.
do that.
That's really cool.
You-
In fact,
thank you.
I've gotten to the point in my life where, like you mentioned, someone coming up, having a conversation, someone coming up, having that second person. I got to be like, hey, shut the hell up for a second. All right, go ahead and continue. Like I figured that I have enough goodwill aimed towards me that someone will see me tell someone to shut up, and they're like, oh well, you know what, he can do that.
I guess so. Or if you're really confident about it, they just let you do it.
Yeah. You're
Pretty
like,
much that's a good rule for life. If you're confident about it, people just let you do it, whatever it is.
How do you think
Honestly,
I do what
yeah.
I do? How do you think I do the panels? Because I was just like, oh yeah, I know what I'm doing, and I didn't, but I figured it out eventually. So here we
You
are.
sink or swim. You have to
Here we
sink or
are.
swim. You swam. You
I swam.
swam.
Oh
Grant.
man, I swam. I was treading water for a little bit there, but eventually, I started moving a little bit. I did.
Yeah.
Miss OoLaLa, what about you? Do you have a thing that you got to do, or a ritual, or something you have to have?
Coffee.
Okay.
For sure,
Yeah.
coffee. It's kind of actually Leah and I kind of do a ritual. I've noticed together we decide what we're doing about coffee in the morning first. That's like where we wake up and we're like, we need to get coffee. Who's
Yes.
gonna go get it? How are we getting it? But yeah, definitely after coffee, everything starts falling into place. Makeup ritual. For me, it's like makeup, wig, costume. Actually, no, costume then wig. Is toga buns or whatever,
Yeah.
And I always keep snacks on me at all times.
Okay.
Trail mix lives in my con bag.
Ooh, yeah.
It's so good. I cannot stand like getting that headache and you're like, I don't have time to eat or I don't want to eat in this costume or whatever. So trail mix is a must. I don't know if that counts as a ritual. And bare deodorant in my con bag.
There it
because
is.
like we were talking about smells and things. I am one of those people you will smell after
Oh
a
my
while.
god.
So
Look,
yeah,
I got the Vicks. Don't worry
deodorant.
about it.
There's off, you just gotta, yeah. There's my TMI. So
Yeah.
I do get what you're saying about the whole like if multiple people, I'll start hearing them and I'll mash the conversation. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I started hearing both and then they'll be like,
Yeah,
oh
you're
sorry. And they'll try to not do that to me. But instead of telling one to shut up.
I feel like the word, like, because I've heard it several times now, the word con ritual has way too much impact. We need another word because in my mind, whenever I think con ritual, I think like, well, I take the knife and then I do the thing that makes me feel like
You're
God.
a con artist.
All right.
We are con artists, just not that kind.
Yeah. We all get in a
Yeah,
circle
yeah.
and we start
Art.
chanting the incantation, and then
Yeah.
someone gets sacrificed. Usually the new guy.
Mhm.
Like,
We bathe in
not
milk
always, though.
first, and then
Yeah.
we bathe in milk, and then I don't
But-
know.
Ew.
See, it's the new guy, so we have to let the new blood survive. So he dies, but he gets better.
Yeah.
Mhm. It's all about
And he's bathed in milk.
all about the ritual.
I
You
get that.
gotta-
The coffee thing with y'all. Y'all sound like me and my wife on like Saturday mornings. Like we wake up and like that's the first thing we're like, all right, you want me to make like lattes? You want me to go get something? Like, what do you want to do? And then we worry about what we're gonna feed our kid after that. She's usually
Yeah.
fine. She's getting ready for karate or something like that, so it's all good. But yeah, I definitely have to be caffeinated
Yeah.
throughout the day at the con. And you said you have trail mix on you, so I'm gonna be your best friend at Louisiana Comic Con. Then I guess I'm gonna just be walk up to you. I'm gonna put my hand out and be like, hey,
Yes.
you guys,
Don't be
you have some?
What's weird is that
huh?
anything, like pretty much anything Bridge probably has in a bag if you need it. You can just like ask her. We were
Yeah.
like looking for, was it forks or something? We didn't have
Yeah, and I was like,
utensils,
oh,
then
look,
you
I
were
have
like,
3.
I have a
They were-
fork in her bag. She's just ready. So whatever
I
you
stash them. If you go somewhere and they have forks like plastic and they're wrapped, and you just take a couple extra and you just stash.
I was about to mention that, like places will have the packets of the knife, the fork, the spoon, the useless napkin, the most useless napkin
Yeah,
in the
it's
world.
like a little thin,
It's
like
the
tissue.
tiniest
Yeah,
whisper of a napkin.
it's made out
like
of
the-
pressed butterfly wings, is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
and then
good for,
the
like-
salt and the pepper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like blotting your makeup, maybe. Like it's
Maybe.
not really good for actually. Mm-mm.
It's like the
Yeah.
insulting napkin that they give you on a plane when they give you peanuts.
Yeah.
You're just like, what? I'm eating peanuts. First of all, and it's a square.
Or those
Yeah.
little cookies or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, like, I guess so. I've got a challenge, I guess, for everybody coming to Louisiana Comic Con, because Miss OoLaLa, you will be at Leah's table for a lot of it. So
Well, yeah, we're gonna do like a special event.
Oh,
Right
tell us.
after
Tell us
our
about it.
panel, we're gonna have like a 2-hour block where, since I'm gonna have my own table, and Leah has her own table, which is kind of unique for us. Usually, if we're at the same con, we're sharing a table.
Yeah.
But we are gonna do like a little 2-hour event where it's both of us, and it'll be right after our panel at noon. So when that ends, we can all mosey back to the table.
Mosey on over to the table.
Yeah.
Photo
Nice.
op.
Yeah.
With the toga and toga.
I like
Yes,
that.
toga and toga.
Well, I guess I was going to say the challenge is for someone to approach you and ask you like for a random item to see if that's in the bag, right? Whatever you can think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't count if it's not something that actually wouldn't fit into a bag. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But
Or if it's
you
something
can't say
weird,
like bazooka and
know.
expect it. But
Do you have a
Right.
prepackaged fork?
yeah.
I mean, that is a definite possibility at all times.
Well, you also came in
snacks.
clutch with like tape and
Yeah, I do have.
safety pins and like things like
Mhm. I
and so
do
people
have
like,
clear
oh, I
tape,
have that.
hand sanitizer, bobby pins, safety pins, a screwdriver one time. I
Whoa.
think I brought it for a particular reason. I don't remember. It was something on one of my cosplays. So
Well, they
Okay.
they call that a prison shank. That's why you had it.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah,
you brought
yeah.
it for. Yeah.
yeah, no.
That's what the prepackaged fork is for as well.
Right. Yeah. You only get one use out of the prepackaged fork. That's the
Right.
problem.
Yeah.
The screwdriver is reusable. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's awesome. I'm looking forward to it. And it's funny too because you're local. But Leah, this has
Yes.
got to be one of the closer ones to you as well.
Yeah, the closest actually. I live about 10 minutes
Yeah.
away,
Yeah.
so it's pretty cool.
Very
And
cool.
Leah, you'd be coming
Drive
over
on
from Dallas, right? So that's not a far
Yeah, Dally.
clip.
Super.
Yeah. Dallas is really common amongst anime voice actors for some reason. It's like there's
Yeah,
something
yeah.
there.
Crunchyroll is there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the mecca. It's like the anime mecca on the dub side, right?
Right? And
Yeah.
who would have thought? Just Texas. That's where you go if you want to make anime happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm kind of the
Okay,
person
New
that
York?
like
No.
I'm at the point now where someone's like asks you, they ask you the age-old question, subs or dubs. If they ask me that, I just go, "Oh, you're one of those." And then
That's when you say, I read the light novel, you jerk.
I straight up make everyone hate me. I'm like Look, I love dubs because first of all, I don't want to read and try to watch the picture. I'm sorry. It's just even back in the day, and I know that makes me one of those anime fans. But at the same time, I like to do other stuff while I'm very distractible. So a lot of times I'll be doing something else and I'm like watching and it's less for me to, have to think about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a casual watcher, which I like. It's kind of like you put it on to relax, and
Yeah.
yeah,
You
we all
just
gotta
don't
have
look
a
casual.
I'm
yeah.
gonna be able to
yeah.
listen to it.
Don't-
Also,
Plus, the dubs are so good anyway. It's like, well, I mean,
Right.
I'd rather hear it in my
Yeah.
native language too, but then sometimes it's fun to go back and watch Japanese too. Then you got two versions. So
That's true. Yeah, but it's not. Yeah, it's exactly. It's not like Crunchyroll has a bunch of scrubs in there. Just kind of phoning
Just
it in
winging
either.
it.
I mean, y'all are actually the real deal too. So, I mean
that's right.
that does account for something, doesn't it? I mean, come on.
I think so. And here's what's funny about like people that are, high on the subs is that at least when they were watching it on Crunchyroll, they have to cut it down to fit the screen.
Yeah.
So you're not actually getting exactly what the characters are saying. You're getting kind of like a general idea.
Yeah.
And Crunchyroll has in-house interpreters. So there are people that speak fluent Japanese and they give us exactly what is being said in Japanese. And then as adapters, because that's my full-time job, is we just adapt it to fit. So the more accurate scribe is the dub. So there, boom.
Yeah, that's a good insight that I never really thought about. But I mean, when you think about it like that, like you said, you're not getting a 1-to-1. I mean, for one thing, there's never going to be an exact literal translation, right?
Oh no! See, I was
Unless
about to say there absolutely will be. I was somebody back in 2007, 2008, 2009, getting my fan subs through some groups that, like, if I wanted to see an episode really fast, I would go with like the fastest group who would translate very literally. And let me tell you, things translated literally make no sense. I assure you.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's the point I was making. And also, to your point there, Leah, too, like, I mean, it's got to fit into the screen, and also like the amount of time as well. I mean, the episode is still only so long, and you can only read so fast, regardless of whatever your skill level is, right?
Exactly.
So yeah, I mean, there's a lot to consider, a lot to think about when you talk about that. I mean, listen, it takes all kinds, like what you like, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know any. I don't work with any of the Japanese voice actors, and I don't speak it. So there you go. There you have it. That's I should. My grandmother was Japanese, but I don't know any of it, so it's fine.
You're
Whatever.
part Japanese?
I am. Yeah.
That's awesome.
But yeah, that was kind of it was a weird thing, right? So like little insight there is like my grandmother moved here with my mom and her husband like in the 50s, so they weren't too far removed from World War II, so they're like, we're gonna try to hide as much of this as possible. So
right, that was a good idea at that time.
Yeah. So that's what they did. Yeah. Also, it's not really popular with your family, especially back then, if you marry a Westerner and then move to the States. So that was another issue too. So anyways, that's a little brief history lesson on me. But
I have the same one, except for Korea. My grandmother and my grandfather met in the Korean War in Korea while he was a soldier, and he brought her back, Miss Saigon style. Woo! So yeah, that's how a fourth of me was made. Miss
Saigon style, she says. I love that. That's so good. That's so good. Look, y'all, we got a lot of fun stuff coming up this coming weekend at Louisiana Comic Con. When this drops, we're going to be packing our bags. We're all going to be packing our bags and heading towards Lafayette. Well, except for Miss OoLaLa, she's going to be there already, basically.
Right there.
Yeah. I'm not too far away, but I still need to pack up for the weekend. Brandon is over in Philadelphia, Mississippi.
Yeah, don't look that town up on Wikipedia. It's just a bad time.
Yeah, and I'm over in Baton Rouge, so I'm not too far.
Oh.
This technically, I always say this is my hometown show.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
It's
That's
the only one that's
cool.
that close. That's within 2 hours of my house. And there's Uncle Bob making an appearance as well. So
Guys, like I'm not trying to make like an innuendo, but like every day I play the game. Why is my cat slightly wet? Like,
Bathing because
well, no, it's like the back. It's like why is your back slightly
yeah, they
wet?
can do that.
freshly bathed, freshly licked
He
his
can reach back
fur.
there.
I don't know. I feel like no matter how I approach a situation, I always lose.
See,
Does he roll
Brandon's-
around in your bathtub?
Oh,
On occasion, I've been paying attention to him, of course, throughout this entire time, and he has not been in the bath.
Oh.
I
Or-
feel like he
or have you?
compulsively licks himself. That's what
Yeah.
my cat does.
probably.
You
Brandon,
see,
see
puts
this.
himself on the back. Like, how
Uncle
does he?
Bob has been in. How long has Uncle Bob been in your place, Brandon?
Since December, which, by the way, I have decided. So whenever I got him in December, he was 8 months old, and so I've decided that since my birthday is also in April, he and I have the same birthday. It's so easy.
That's clever. I like that.
April? Me too. When's your
Yeah.
birthday?
My birthday is April the 8th.
I'm April
What?
9th. Oh,
Wow.
that's awesome. We're like, we're gonna have to like
Party.
celebrate
Y'all are
together.
buds.
When's the next time your birthday's on Easter?
Mine was on Easter last year, and then before that, it was on Good Friday. So I don't know when it is next.
The last time mine was on Easter was whenever I was 17. I looked online like, hey, because at that point it was the second time. I'm like, hey, when's the next time my birthday's gonna be on Easter? I looked it up. When I'm 106,
Wow.
that'll be the next time my birthday's on
We'll
Easter.
see.
We're gonna
then.
celebrate that birthday.
If the microplastics don't do you in first, we'll see you in.
Oh yeah,
Sorry, that was more.
plastics.
But
Eat it by the
that's
spoonful.
funny. Hey, then y'all can just celebrate at Mobile Bay Anime Fest. Are you doing that one? Is that happening?
Yeah. That'll be the thing that we celebrate on 420.
There we go.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, that's true. It is on
Yeah.
April 20th. You know what's funny?
Y'all
We were at
have-
Pensacon handing out flyers, and a lot of people were like, "Oh, it's on April 20th."
Ooh.
So,
That's your con.
Heck, we're
It's really
celebrate.
the big one.
yeah, Mobile Bay, Daphne, Alabama. It's a good time. It's
Nice.
just a 1-day thing. It's a 1-day fest. It's
We have
Hmm.
a lot
I'll
of
tell you
fun.
what. Can we tell you
unfortunate-
why? A little bit of inside baseball.
Oh,
We do
yeah.
it at the Daphne Civic Center, and on Sundays there's a church that holds service in there, so we can't be there. It'd be a real interesting service if we were there.
Look,
same
here's the
time.
thing: if they had both the power of God and anime on their side, they couldn't be stopped.
They'd be
Let's do
undefeatable.
it. Let's see what
No
happens.
one's allowed to be that
It'll
that
implode.
powerful. Yeah,
That's true.
I don't think they let you. I think it's illegal actually.
Yeah.
At least it is in Alabama. Listen,
Alabama.
we always do something a little fun towards the end of the show. Okay.
Oh,
We always,
Yeah.
that's
like fun.
always scary. By the way, when people say that we're gonna do something fun.
Yeah, like we're
I
all
promise
gonna,
you,
like-
it is fun. It was fun
Okay.
for me. We usually play a little trivia game, a little silly trivia game that I come up with.
Oh, I'm bad at
Very
trivia.
smart. Are you bad at trivia? What? Let's see.
Oh, I'm gonna try anyway.
I tried
Hey,
to
don't
come up
worry,
with something that was
everybody
a little
is.
more accessible
Yeah,
this time around.
yeah.
How are we with movies? Are we good with movies? Is movies a thing that we can do?
I've seen some.
Ish.
Yeah,
Pretty good
I-
movie.
Brandon-
Yeah.
Brandon's seen like at least 3 movies in his whole lifetime.
dude.
So
Like Encino Man was one of them.
Encino Man was one of them.
Good movie. Good movie.
Yeah,
I actually just
Peak Brendan
I think
Fraser.
I saw it once.
Pauly Shore. Don't forget.
Oh yeah,
That's
he's
the
in there.
weasel.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
he's always in the juice. Yeah.
He's in the
Yeah.
Weasel. I used to love him.
I still
mean,
do.
I still do. Why not?
Polly.
You know,
Yeah.
he's doing conventions now. Maybe we'll cross.
I
paths
know.
maybe
I
at some
ran
point in
into
time.
Polly Shore in a green room once, and I didn't know what to say. It was really awkward.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give a little background. I had a friend who went to a party with Paul, and Pauly Shore was there, and I don't know why Pauly Shore revealed this information because it's so appropriate. He used to live behind. He used to live in a. He might still, but like he used to live in a house behind a party city, and I feel like that's the most Pauly Shore I've ever heard in my life.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Seems fitting. It seems like a good place. for
It
him to
sounds
live.
like something out of the opening of Biodome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Behind
It does,
the
yeah.
party city. Yeah, of course. So I'm trying to, like I said, we're going to do some movie stuff here. These are, because this is our first episode of March. And so these are all. I've got a game here that is centric on all actors who have a March birthday. Okay. So we're gonna give everybody a shot at doing this at least a couple times here. And so basically, I will give you 3 movies in their filmography, and then you just try to name the actor that is in all 3 of those movies. That makes sense? Normally, we do this as kind of a call-out game. I think since we have an extra person, I'm just going to kind of go one at a time, and we'll just see, go down the line and give everybody a chance to do this. It's just a real quick, fun, low-pressure, zero stakes game that we're going to do.
Cool.
The Humble Fam seems to like it, so we keep doing it. Anyway, so here's our movie game here today. Leah, I will start with you on this one. We're just gonna take the temperature. You're the first guest in the queue here. Who was in? It's gonna just give you an idea of what we're doing here. Who was in Casino Royale, No Time to Die, and Skyfall? Who was in those 3 movies?
Oh my gosh.
Have you seen any of those?
No.
None of them?
No.
Do you know what they're about, at least?
Casinos?
Well, one
James
of them
Bond.
is. Yeah.
James Bond.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, you got it.
He's in all 3 of them.
James Bond is in all 3 of those movies. That is correct.
Yeah.
It might even be the guy who played James Bond that we're looking for here.
Sean Connery? No.
Oh, wow. That is, you know what? Sean Connery, great choice for James Bond. That's not the one, though.
I know, I was kidding.
Of course, she was just joking. Yeah, Miss OoLaLa, do you have an idea? Who do you think that is?
I get all of the names of them mixed up, but I've seen several of them. I feel like it's Daniel Craig.
It is Daniel Craig, the most recent one.
Okay, cool.
Oh.
That's the guy.
I was going to say Peter Sellers because he was in the original Casino Royale.
He was, yeah.
Yeah.
Brandon.
Yeah,
who do you think was in Scooby-Doo, She's All That, and I Know What You Did Last Summer?
Matthew Lillard.
Matthew Lillard was in one of those. You're thinking of Scream. I mean,
oh, yeah, I was thinking of Scream too.
Yeah.
Well,
all right, Leah,
now I
actually have a thought
know.
on who was in all those.
Wait, me? Are we? Who are we asking now?
You said Matthew Lillard. No.
Well, yeah, but I have another guess now.
I know you have another guess.
Who are we on?
Let's see. It's Leah's turn now.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, so I thought I knew, but maybe I'm wrong. Rachel Lee Cook.
Oh, I love that guess. It's not Rachel Lee Cook though, but I do like that one a lot.
Okay, cool.
What do you think?
Okay, what were you said? I Know What You Did Last Summer.
She's All That, and I Know What You Did Last Summer.
She's All That. I don't know that movie. Oh no. No, I got nothing. I don't even know the other actors' names that were in Scooby-Doo.
Just know the one. Brandon,
wait, Buffy is in that, right? I mean, not Buffy, but Sarah Michelle. Is she in those? All of no.
Can I guess again?
Yeah, Brandon. It's not for any points, but who do you think it is?
Is it Freddie Prinze Jr.?
It's Freddie Prinze Jr. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know the other movie.
We're going back around here. Oh man, this was one that I threw in for Moonbeam, and she's not here. I have A Mighty Wind, Best in Show, and Frankenweenie. Who was in all those?
Oh, I know this one.
Oh wait, you get out of this one.
Wait, so whose turn is it?
It is Leah's turn.
Okay. Best in Show, A Mighty Wind.
A Mighty Wind. Frankenweenie.
Okay. It's got to be Eugene Levy.
Oh, all right. He's in 2 of those.
Ah, dang!
He's in 2 of them, but he's not in front. Yeah.
Dang it.
You're right about that. He is in 2 of them. Do you have a guess?
Then is it Catherine O'Hara?
It is. I'm gonna give it to you. It's Catherine O'Hara. Yes, that is.
Woo!
Yes.
Yeah.
I love her.
I like including that one here because Robert Capron, who was in Frankenweenie, and he'll be with us in Lafayette at Louisiana Comic Con.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, that'd be a lot of cool. All right, Miss OoLaLa, let's go to you. Who was in Varsity Blues? This is a show. Dawson's Creek and Rules of Attraction.
I haven't seen any of those. Oh no, I just failed. I'm sorry.
Oh no.
You
I
don't
don't know
even
any of
guess?
those.
Come on.
Yeah,
Think
just
of
throw a person out. Just throw a name out. I just want to hear what you come up with.
Drew Barrymore.
Oh wait, me throw a name or
Yeah, why not?
um Nev Campbell?
Oh yeah, I
No.
like that. No, Brandon, who do you think it is?
So I imagine that Third Eye Blind was in all those soundtracks. So
Probably.
I'm gonna say Stephen Jenkins.
It was not. No,
Ah!
Leah, do you have a guess? Varsity Blues, Dawson's Creek, and Rules of Attraction.
Chris O'Donnell.
Oh yeah, I like how you dated it like perfectly. Like that's when Chris O'Donnell would have been in a lot of things. James Vanderbeek was the actual answer.
Oh,
I thought it was
yeah.
too obvious to say that one because he was the only actor I knew from Dawson's Creek, but
Yeah.
I'd never watched it, and I didn't know the other two shows. I should have guessed that.
And you were like, well,
Damn it.
surely he wouldn't have put the
That's
that
why I was
guy.
like, no, surely it's not James Vanderbeek.
Moonbeam would have absolutely gotten that.
She would have gotten that one. She would have gotten Catherine O'Hara too. All right, here. How about this one? Miss OoLaLa, we'll start with you on this one. Who was in Casino, Sliver, and this is the one that should give it away, but it's an older one. Basic Instinct.
You know it.
Leah knows it.
Oh my
She's
god.
like- She's like,
I know-
let it come back around to me.
Pass.
You know
Oh, no.
this. You know
Brandon,
it.
do you have a guess?
I've
thinking about
it,
But I don't know if you know.
I've seen the acting talent, but I cannot think of the name. Robert De Niro.
Nope.
Well, all right.
Leah.
That is one Miss Sharon Stone.
That is
Yeah.
correct. Leah's got
Miss
2 points on the
Stone
board.
and nasty.
She, that's the whole thing, right? It's yeah, that is the thing. Look, I think
the-
I've used them. Oh yeah, I've used them all up here.
Yeah.
So all the ones I had. So Leah, you definitely took the game there with 2 points.
No way. Really? Yes.
I do want to see though. I have a tiebreaker in here just to see who can get it the
Yeah.
fastest, and it's not for any points or it's not going to change the outcome here. I
Yeah.
want to see
Yeah,
who can name this one first. Walk the Line, Election, and Sweet Home Alabama.
Oh, Reese Witherspoon.
That is Reese. That is Reese Witherspoon.
Dang.
Won the Oscar for Walk the Line too.
Did she?
That's a
Right
good
on.
movie.
It is a good movie. It's a great movie.
I
else?
remember her because Kevin Smith nicknamed her Reese Greasy Witherspoon because he had some sort of stupid beef with her like 20 years ago,
Yeah.
and nobody remembers but me.
That's really funny. Was that on like one of his like an evening with Kevin Smith or
I
something like that?
imagine that it was, but
Yeah.
like the reason why he like had a beef with her is because she was in a film that had like dialogue less like zoom out where like she's talking with the male lead and like there's a zoom out and he's like I heard they were talking about Dogma, talking bad things about Dogma in that scene
dare.
where you cannot hear the dialogue, so I have a beef.
So he
I
just
would have
heard
a beef.
that that's what they were saying, even though you didn't know for sure if that's what they were saying.
Yeah, and that's the kind of guy that Kevin Smith is, just real strong, no self-esteem issues sort of guy.
My favorite little factoid about him is when Dogma came out, people were protesting the movie. all over the place.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And he
Like-
came upon one of those protests and he joined in. And then the local
So
news
Kevin
was out
Smith.
there interviewing people, and he got interviewed. And he got on the local news
Yeah.
and was like talking about like, yeah, I think it's just awful that they're even showing this movie. It's
He
you can YouTube that. It's really fun. It's a fun watch.
He wanted to do the same thing with the Westboro Baptist Church
Yeah,
in
but-
the red states.
Yeah.
And they told him like, Kevin, this movie is so profane, and we're just not gonna be there.
We're just not gonna go. That's great. I love that.
I feel like his entire like reason to have made that movie was to like confront the Westboro Baptist Church in his smarmy fashion,
Yeah.
and he just didn't get that.
Aw. And whenever you said movie trivia, I got excited because I was like, okay, if it's Kevin Smith movies, horror movies, Marvel movies, Star Wars movies, I'm so good. And it was like none of those.
Dang it!
What
You
have I
should have had some from Jersey Girl.
I'm nerd movie fan, but like other movies are still kind of like I'm learning
Bridget
about.
watches boy movies.
Yeah.
Boy
She
movies.
skipped Marcel the Shell with shoes on, but I'm kidding.
No, that's what I used to call him when I was little. Like,
Ma-
What's that? People used to call you that? What?
No, like those, Marvel movies and stuff like that. When I was
Yeah.
little, I called them boy movies.
Boy movies, yeah.
No, they're for
No, I know that they're not.
Okay.
Like, I get that now. I'm saying
That was just your personal designation for them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when I was little,
Yeah.
they just reminded me of that.
Yeah.
So that weird kid was like, "I'm a girl. I do girl things."
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
a boy.
What would have been, just real quick, what would have been a boy movie at that point in time? Can you think of any?
Oh yeah. Those Tiger Cats, Thundercats.
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 Okay, yeah. So that's a boy
I used to
thing.
watch that.
That
Yeah,
would be the
yeah.
boy thing.
Yeah.
Like He-Man and stuff. Like I was all about the She-Ras and the.
Well, yeah,
pony.
of course.
Both.
I mean, still superhero-y, just, made for you. Yeah.
Just,
get it.
Yeah, I don't know. I would have. Yeah, I was a weird child.
I mean,
And here we-
here's the thing. I have a child in my house. They're just weird. In general, they're just weird. So they do weird things. They say weird things. When you ask them why they did that or why they said that, they don't know. They have no idea. They just, it's just when you talk about like intrusive thoughts winning, it's just them just laying down and letting the intrusive thoughts win all the time.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
That's what being a
dude.
kid is.
I think we all need to go back to that age.
Just let the intrusive thoughts win.
Yeah.
If only for a
Why
weekend.
can't I have ice cream for breakfast?
Yeah.
I
I
feel
get
like I never made it past that point anyway. I still ask people what their favorite dinosaur is. So,
Yeah,
I mean, which is a
What-
pterodactyl for me, by the way.
Yeah.
What's your mommy and daddy do?
Right. I feel like if we don't cut this, it's going to get real weird real quick. Look, y'all, check this out. We're going to be at Louisiana Comic Con this weekend over at the Cajun Dome in Lafayette, Louisiana. You can get those tickets, LACCLFT.com. Check it out. Leah Clark is going to be there, being fabulous. Miss OoLaLa is going to be there, being amazing. Brandon and I will be there just slumming it.
Yeah,
but it's going to be a good time
real
either way. A
piece
whole
of
real
crap.
big fun weekend. Leah, thanks for being on, especially last minute. Miss OoLaLa, thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
This all came together real quick, and we appreciate y'all jumping on the show and just having a good time with us. And I hope you all had a good time.
It's
We did.
Thank you.
Next time we report will be from Louisiana Comic Con. So y'all stay tuned, subscribe if you have not already. Leave us a like and a comment, and check us out on all of our socials as well. It is a party. We'll see y'all back here next week, but until then, stay humble.